Hi there, Scorpio. Welcome back. So, if you have Scorpio anywhere in your charts, then this is for you. Remember, guys, that this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Okay? Not every Scorpio is going through the same thing. Ooh, nice start out, Scorpio. We have the Six of Wands coming out for you. Uh-oh. And then we have the Ten of Coins coming out in reverse. So I'm going to have to verify that for you. But let's go back to the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands, Scorpio, tells me that you are a winner. That is the first card out in this reading. And that is the strongest card in this whole reading. Okay. It's going to be that first card. And with that first card, it means you're going to get recognition. You're going to get promotions, all kinds of stuff. Now, I do feel like not everybody's going to be happy for you. So, and remember that everything comes with a price. So, that's one thing I just want to mention. And it looks like you have paid the price for success. It looks like you have gone through some heartache here. Maybe not everybody has understood you, Scorpio. Okay, maybe not everybody understands your drive, your ambition, your vision, things like that. Because I do see family problems here, and I also see problems in love. Okay, I see a lot of heartache when it comes to love. So in relationships, it looks like that's where things have fallen apart here. Okay, I do see you focusing a lot on money at this time, and I also see you letting go of stress. So you might have had to let go of relationships because of the stress that person or those people, okay? It could be plural, right? Was causing for you in your life, and the delays that they were causing for you in your life. It just seems like you might have felt like overwhelmed, okay? I do see there being trauma around relationships, which I find to be very interesting. So I'm just curious what that's about. Okay, this is what came out. So when it came to your relationships, well, it looks like people just were not putting in the effort. Okay, so people just were not putting in the effort that you were putting into it. So that's not your fault, that's on them. And it looks like at least for a couple of you, you were dealing with somebody who was cheating on you. Okay, so you were dealing with somebody who thought that moving on and going into a different direction was going to make their life better here, and instead they found themselves to be alone and under a lot of stress. Well, that's not your fault, right? That's I mean, Scorpio, that's where they want it to be, right? That's where they want it to go. So let them go. Okay, so but the thing is that person caused you a lot of trauma. So that's why it was trauma, because that person cheated on you. A lot of deception there. Now I understand it. Okay. Now I do feel like you have somebody around you who was causing you delays. Looks like you had to let go of that person. And I'm seeing here like you took your losses. Yes, you took your losses. So yes, you're winning. Yes, you stand out from the crowd. Yes, you are very ambitious and you're getting things done the way that you want. Okay. And you have learned how to let go of unnecessary stress in your life, which is very important. But I also see here there's also you relieving or releasing stress when it comes to income and money. Okay. I do see here that you've had somebody around you who was very corrupt. Okay. Could be a corrupt official or somebody who had some kind of power over you. Okay. And you had to defend yourself. You had to stand up for yourself, and you've had to put boundaries up for that person. Now I am looking at the Eight of Cups. If you're wondering what I'm looking at, I'm looking at the Eight of Cups. So maybe you are feeling like you need to sneak away or get away. Looks like you're coming to a split in the road. Okay, so you're coming to a split in the road. You're on this journey and now you have found yourself in a split. Um you're on the verge of making a very important decision here. And you know what? You're no stranger to this, that's for sure. I mean, it looks like you've had to go through this before where you've had to make the really tough decisions. That's why your energy's in the Six of Wands, because in order for you to get there, you've had to make hard decisions, you know? So like like in your relationships, problems in your family, the way that you have had to be forced to react to those situations, it was to help you make sure that you stay on top. And that's what I'm hearing. So now you're being faced with another decision and you're about to go through a transformation. Okay? So transformation, that is good. Okay? It could be scary, but like any transformation, Scorpio, um it's going to take some energy. Okay, so you getting rid of all the toxic relationships in your life is imperative for you to go through this. So you have set up the stage already for you to move on into the next chapter of your life. Okay, so now I'm understanding now more about what's going on in your energy. So you are definitely letting go of everything that's bad, and you're going to move up into a more of a position of authority. Okay, now it's making sense. So you're moving into an energy of authority where what I'm hearing is where you're going to be like I don't want to say judging. I don't want to say judging. Okay, I want to say more like maybe you will become a judge. Maybe, I mean, who you could be, right? Um but somebody who's going to use a lot of logic. So whatever this field is that you work in, you're going to use a lot of logic. You're going to use your common sense and be very grounded in it. um you're going to speak up and say some kind of truth. So you've had to understand okay, so like the losses that you've gone through, you've had to go through that so you can make it up to this energy of becoming the Queen of Spears, right? You have to go on this journey and I know it's terrible because you were cheated on and stuff, but and you've had family problems, and you probably have had people in your family, because it looks like you've had people in your family who were jealous of you, who didn't want to see you make changes, who wanted to see you basically just stay down, right? And you've had to deal with this person who thought that they had some kind of authority over your life, and you've had to like stand your ground and put up boundaries, and you've had to go through a lot. But now you're transforming into the Queen of Spears, so you're moving up. Your energy is moving up. You're heading in the right direction. So this hard decision that's coming towards you, of course, always use your own discernment, but it's moving you up. It's elevating you into a new direction where for one of you, you might be going into a field where you're going to have to use these skills to make these kinds of judgments, the hard decisions kind of position. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So I'm picking up like one of you might be thinking about going into being a police officer, possibly going into law, something legal, something in the legal field, um maybe going into security, maybe becoming a bodyguard or something like that, right? Something where it's going to put you in the spotlight, but also something where you're going to be called for to use your judgments. Okay, you're going to have to be able to quickly make judgments, make judgment calls. So it's imperative for you to be prepared, right? So what I'm saying is everything that has been bad that has happened to you is preparing you for this position that you're about to enter. Okay. All right, Spirit. What else is coming here for Scorpio? I feel like this is where you're gonna end up. Okay, so you're gonna end up in that energy, and still focused about money. Okay, so that's actually very surprising that they came out. You're still gonna be focusing on money, which hmm. Okay, for whatever it is that you're gonna be doing, it's something that you're gonna be hiding. Actually, that's interesting. Okay, so you're gonna be hiding it. You're not gonna be sharing it. You're not gonna be telling people what you're gonna be doing. So you might be hiding money. Okay, a bodyguard. Bodyguards security. Some security jobs pay really good. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, well, it looks like you're heading in that direction. Whatever it is, you're going to be hiding money. That's what I'm hearing. Hiding money. And it's going to be something that's going to change your routine, but you're definitely going to have the confidence to go for what you want. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you, Scorpio. You definitely have the confidence to get a position. You definitely have the confidence to stand up against these people. Definitely have the confidence to be a loner. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people don't have that kind of confidence. A lot of people cannot be by themselves. They just don't have it in them to be able to do it. But you do. So I'm hearing like something that you're going to be getting into. It's imperative that you have that type of mentality. So this is why I'm thinking like security or bodyguard or something. But let me tell you, if you're hiding money, it's gotta be because that they're gonna be paying you good. Some bodyguards make up to $1 million a year, so that's nothing to sneeze at. That's some good money. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Looks like you're gonna be heading in the right direction. But boy, have you had to pay for it, okay? Through relationships and failed relationships and all this other stuff that you've had to go through. You have had to pay to get in that position in ways that people would never understand. Okay. Maybe that's why you need to hide that money. You know what I mean? But that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. To all my subscribers, thank you very much for subscribing. I really, really appreciate you guys. Y'all have no idea how tickled I get when I get a new subscriber. I'm like, yay! Anyways, I'm just curious where everybody is from. So if you would just leave that in the comment for me, I'm really curious. Like, if you're in the United States, what state are you from? Or if you're outside of the United States, where are you from? All right, guys. Bye bye. Y'all take care.